I'm wearing the headband and the cowboy shirt, which can mean only one thing. It's time for another Mark Knopfler Dire Straits video. Also, fortunately, it slightly covers up my lockdown haircut. So this one is the trickiest one out the lot. This one is Money for Nothing. Here we go. Money for Nothing was on the Brothers in Arms album, which came out in 1985. It was a huge album. It was in the charts for what seemed like years. The first time I heard it, my dad had heard it when he was driving home from one of his gigs. He used to listen to French radio stations, being a French teacher by day. You could pick up French radio stations in the south of England where I lived. It would sneak across the channel, and he heard this song and then went round asking people what it was, and we finally discovered what it was, and he played it to me. It was the days before you could just go and look things up on the internet, of course. I've never really sat down and learnt how to do this song properly. I've fudged it several times. The worst experience I had with it was when I played about 25 years ago. I was in the resident band at holiday camp. We played every night, or 6 nights a week. And on one of the days we decided to do a live Name That Tune competition, and one of the tunes was this one. And I launched into it and played it to be greeted by a sea of blank faces looking at me, no idea what that one is. So I clearly hadn't got it very close, and I think that scared me off learning it again. I've assumed from that point that it was impossible to learn, but actually I hadn't sat down and tried to learn it properly, which I have now, and I think I've got it pretty close. So more than just trying to learn it note by note, I was trying to kind of get into the swing of what he's doing when he's playing it. I found these couple of videos. Now these are much later on, years after he recorded it, and he's probably changed the way he plays it. I doubt he plays it exactly the same way live every time, but you can quite clearly see that he picks with his index finger and middle finger, alternately with his thumb. So I wanted to try and get that kind of right hand thing going, so I could not only play it, but then I could kind of improvise around it and play it quite naturally. Okay, let's go over this slowly. Now, he's playing with a combination of his first 2 fingers picking together with his thumb. It sounds to me like he starts with his fingers, and looking at those 2 videos, that looks like what he does. So this is the first bar slowly. It starts with his fingers, I think, on 1, 2, then I think he uses his thumb on the 3rd beat, 3 and 4 and. So 1, 2, then he's down thumb again on the 1st beat of the 2nd bar. In that 2nd bar, on that 2nd beat, starting again with the thumb. So I think the rest of this bar he alternates all with his thumb, those last 2 being damped. So the 3rd bar, you damp the 4 and the 4 and. 5th bar, that's where he does the slides from the 3rd to the 5th fret on the G and the D string. It's pretty clean, no ghost notes. So the 5th bar, starting with that harmonic, I think it's there rather than there. It's the same note, but I think he's doing it there. Then starting again with the fingers on beat 2, and the fingers again I think on beat 3, and then the thumb for the same 2 notes. And the 6th bar, it's quite staccato this, so he could be playing it all with his fingers, which would make it like this. rather than with the thumb. Either way can work. The 7th bar, it's got a kind of harmonic there, it's like a damp, but you can hear that note, which is on the 7th fret ringing. And then on the beat 2, you hold that for a beat and a half. 2, 3, and then sliding up from the, it's like an F power chord without the F at the bottom. So to recreate the sound, I've used Guitar Rig. Let me show you how I did it. With all of these things, you can spend hours trying to get it exact. You'll never get it exactly the same. I doubt they could probably get the sound exactly how they got it in the first place, but I got it pretty close. And if you're going to use this to try and play the tune live, then this is just to give you an idea how you can get close to the sound. Now apparently he used a Marshall amp, or he could have used a Marshall amp, and a wah-wah pedal kicked halfway back. You have to find the sweet spot to get the right kind of tone. Please hit like if you enjoyed that, and leave me a comment. Let me know if there's any other famous guitar parts you'd like me to go over. Also, if you want to know when I've uploaded a new video, please hit subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.